Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Rosone from CZT Susanna Redaelli. Okay, this is interesting tangle. Actually, it's a fragment. And for those that don't know what a fragment is something that you would put into a grid or a reticula. Reticula meaning it's in any kind of grid, like diamond shapes or a grid of orbs or something, just something that's non-conventional. This one will put it into a regular square grid. But it's just rather neat. And then you can, put it in different directions and see what kind of meta patterns come from that. It's just really interesting. All right, so I'm going to draw well, you know what? I'm going to say, I'm going to dare say, you could probably do this without a grid as well. All right, so we're going to pretend sort of that this is the one box. I'm going to try to draw this big. Ooh, actually, I'm going to draw it close to me. And actually, maybe not right up to the edge. But we're going to basically do one giant flux type shape or teardrop. Okay. Oh, that's... All right, it's giant, all right. There we go. Hard to do it on a big scale, I find. All right, then... on either side, we're gonna, I was calling these like a turnover thing. It's essentially two C shapes. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the take off and land concept. So I'm gonna take off from here. And so there's one C shape, right? And then, although well, it doesn't matter. But oh no, I can bring it out. There we go. And then the next one, what I was ending up doing was I was bringing it like this down here. That's how you would normally do it. But on looking at Susanna's step out, this one comes more like straight in. So it's like we're folding over this corner. Honestly, it's not going to matter how you do it. But I'm working to replicate what they did so I can explain it. And then we get to break whatever rules that we want. All right. And then same thing on the flip side. And like I said, I'm tracing over a little bit of here and this, and I'm going to aim to kind of stop at the same point. And you could do the same thing, follow... instead of just stopping at the line, you could make it, which would actually make it look really neat. Curve it right into that line like that. All right. That is basically it. But let's do it in a grid so that way we can see what it looks like. And I'm just going to do a 4 square. So it will be interesting. I don't think, but let me look and finish my sentences and all that. Oh no, she did do one in a larger grid. Also, so do take a look at the 4 more inspiration link. I think you have to scroll down a little bit to find Rosone. She's Italian, so I'm trying to pull up my 9% Italian and channel it and and stuff. All right, so let's do this grid. But she did something interesting, kind of in a it looks like a half of a mandala type thing, a big curve line. And then there's another one where it sure looks like maybe she didn't use a grid. And that's what I said. I don't think you need to. You do this, the same way you would do it on a grid, but you could allow yourself some more freedom. It'll end up being your tangle and you do what you want with it. Okay, so let's do these 4. And I'm apparently in the mood to draw them towards me today. Sometimes I like to draw them Well, it just depends. And these are still just rather, I mean, I'm drawing them rather big because that's what it looks like to me. Now, when you look at the For More Inspiration link, there's not, well, that's an interesting bit. She doesn't really have step outs there. So just look at the sample. Because I need to have step outs for like everything. That's why I decided to create them, because I just find it helpful. All right. And then these. Whoa. I think, the best you can do to mirror whatever happens, and it's going to be all fine. I wanted to try to bring it into here a little bit more. Well, sometimes best laid thoughts. Yeah, because you can see it's just, it's almost like they're straight across this way. But just have fun with it. All right. And then, so much fun that you can have with this. Ooh, let's see. I'm looking at her sample. On my version of the sample, I filled in these little corners. But I'm thinking, as you see, I don't decide these things. You know what I really like? Wait a minute. Oh, because she made them really wide. Well, let's do this anyway. I want to start with aura, because I don't know what I want to do here. But sometimes disguising the grid is rather fun. So I'm aura angle, do it over here. We'll do it each side. Well, and then when you have something like this, you just make it up. So I'm aura-ing this side down. Oh, actually, look at that. It evens it all up. And depending on what you end up doing, a lot of times that's what I look for, is like, well, what do I need to adjust first? And then go with that for, the play part. That's what this is, the play part. You'll notice she has one that, it's the mandala one. And, these are really wide. And, yeah, and then she's doing something like this underneath, but she has, these sides looks like, oh no, because they're positioned differently. They're positioned straight up. So here, the top is here. And so the sides are coming down and touching here. It's just interesting. It's one of those, take a look. That's why I call it For More Inspiration, because that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, I know what I'll do up there. Okay. And so you could fill in this part if you wanted to. So many things. All right. Oh, let's put another set in here. All right. And then up here, we can just aura the top of, well, sometimes it's just good to turn your tile so your hand is comfortable. Then it doesn't do weird things like that. And what this does also is it kind of helps with making, what you did forgiving. Let's see. And you know what? I think I will. Let's fill in these. Oops. Blah. There. Okay. Because like I was gonna fill in this other part, but it's like, no, I don't feel. I feel moved to do these parts. But it kind of, it has a neat flowery type of look. Also looks like a silhouette of a person. You know, like when you have to set up a profile and until you do it, you just have it looks like that. So there you go. You could do that. Make them gray because that seems like that's what they usually are, right? I could have done that. Just fill it all in um with pencil. That's funny. And you know, and depending on how far you take, you know, this down. I mean, you know, I'm picturing you could continue this down and make a heart. I don't know what you would do with that top part. Well, it could be like a heart, like a bottle or something, and then you could turn that top part into an orb. I don't know. I'm picturing like a fancy bottle, and that's the top, because you could have this, you know, come down in a V, and that would be part of it. I don't know. Sometimes ideas just pop into my head, especially when it's not the right time to play with them. All right. There we go. And I think I'll touch up with the 01 just a tad right up in here. Yeah. All right. Just neat. Okay. And you know what? Let's do that. I want to adjust some of that. I'm not liking that curve. Still not liking it. There we go. Sometimes I want to try to have it match the other side. That'll be good enough. Okay. So, shading ideas. Oh, actually, before that, because I like that she did this, which makes it look leafy. Like that. Okay. All right, I'm just going to do the one side. Now, okay, now the debate. Well, I do like how it turned out. So I think I did this on, gosh, could it have only been yesterday's? All right, so I'm going to pretend this. I'm going to pretend that the lights come in here. Like I mentioned, it was yesterday or the day before. Something you don't have to do. You could just do it on this side, turn your tile, do the same thing on that side. But I just want to play with it. And so really, it's still pick a side and stick to it. I've just decided that I'm holding it here and it's all going on, you know, the left side, wherever there's a line in here, or yeah, the left side. And that's where the shading is going. So I could say the same thing and we can think of it in two different ways. I like that. All right. Then we'll bring it out a bit. And I share the idea that, you know, you don't have to don't get stressed over the shading. You do whatever you feel like you want to do. We don't generally worry about light source or anything like that. It's just we like to have fun with it and see, you know, what kind of dimension we can create. Ooh, honestly, you know what? You could divide these in half and shade just the half of it. That's kind of neat. It's almost what I'm doing. I don't know where that little line came from. Okay, we'll do that. You know, and you just play with it until you feel done. And then if it ends up like, oh, I don't like any of it, you can just fill the whole thing in gray. It's all right. It works just fine. All right. Ooh, and let's try this. A little bit darker. And I'm going to go up and down this way so it looks like it's folded in versus, doing little circles or something. I just want it to kind of stay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's neat. I want it to kind of stay right there. But just a little bit out to either side with that gradient. Oh, look at how that made that all get all bendy. It added some poofiness, to each one. A lot of times I'll do that anyway, is, to do the graphite on the grid line, and it's just neat. I'm not going to do the outside lines. I think just that would be cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, I should do it big size on here. Sure. While I'm saying the end stuff. You know what? I should fill that in first. If you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have, would love it if you click on the like button. I'm deciding to do something different, but maybe not. I'll just do this. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. So while you're clicking, in the description section, as I mentioned, you will find links to the step outs. Or like I said, for more inspiration link, there's not really a step out per se, but do take a look at it, because her work is amazing. And you might, like I said, I think you have to scroll down. It seems like there's might be a tangle. I think it was just one above it. So just so you know, because I have that, some people on their, however they post things, you have, it's like all in one big long post or something like that. All right. Below the links, those links, you will find my link tree. So if you liked it enough to see more, if you like this enough and you want to come and join me live online for some fun tangling, I would love to have you, me and all of the rest of the Tangle addicts. We tangle. So I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays do generally have a fee, except for, well, actually the time of this, let's see, I guess it'd be next Tuesday. The third Tuesday of the month, I do something called Tough Tangle Tuesday, where we tackle some of the tougher tangles. And tougher could mean a lot of things. It could mean that it has a lot of steps. It could mean that it takes a little bit more focus than some of the other ones. It could just mean that it's just hard, and the objective is to work through it. And I'm just going to do all the way around the inside of this, because I think that would be neat. This is, play with it. You might never ever want to do it again, and that's okay, but it's fun to, I think it's fun. A lot of other people think it's fun too, because we have a good number that come. To just play with these tangles and, explore, stretch ourselves a little bit, all of that. Ew, that looks nice. And, so information is on the link tree there. You will find a couple places to follow me for class postings. On the link tree also, if you happen to be on Facebook, we have a Tangle Addicts community group. And it's a private group. There are 4 questions that you have to answer in order to gain entry, just so you're aware. And, let's see what else. I don't know, it's self-explanatory. Yeah. So if you want to connect, that's all the information you should need. And, I think that's it. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.